Hello there, right here, and you guys had tons of questions to do with the new chest boats for the 1.19 Wild update. So I went ahead and did a bunch of testing to do with them in the Bedrock edition as well as the Java edition. And then at the end of the video, we'll take a look at the recent changes to the Allay and how it affects the game. Hit that subscribe button and let's see if we can get 2,000 likes on the video. Now you can't have a double chest and you can't have minecarts get picked up by boats. But you can have like horses or llamas, which have inventories themselves, be in the boat. Therefore, you can kind of have like a double chest. Problem is now the player can't ride this. And instead, anywhere where you click will just open up the chest. Now in Bedrock Edition, since you can put leads on boats, you can have like your double chest and then put a lead onto it, then jump into a different boat yourself, and then go ahead and pull the other double chest along behind you. Now in Java this wouldn't work because even if you tried to lead like the llama and try to pull that, whenever you try to lead something that is a passenger, it will immediately dismount it. Alternatively, you could just have multiple boat chests being pulled along, and you could carry your supplies as well as any pets you picked up along the way. And you can even drag them through the air, but it does give you a way to kind of carry the storage with you. But I have to say the leads are really weird in Bedrock. So just as a chest minecart can have things pulled out of it with a hopper underneath, can a boat have its own items be pulled out with a hopper underneath? And the answer looks like it is so. That's pretty amazing. You can kind of automate a process of going out collecting stuff, coming back to your base, and then going ahead and just parking over top of a hopper, having it all taken out automatically and placed into maybe some storage system. So the next question is, can you actually put items into the chest with a hopper that's pointing into it? So let's try it at this height here. It looks like these items are moving. Oh yeah, they are going into the chest. That is wicked. Even though the boat seems a little bit different. I don't know how this would work in Java. But this could be used as like an alternative way to actually transport items. Now, since the boat actually is a bigger entity than the minecart, it can hang over top of more hoppers all at once. So we actually got 9 hoppers here, and every single one of these hoppers can pull items out of this guy. And you can have 27 hoppers all pointing into this guy right here, and all the items will go in there. You can even go one further by raising the boat up a little bit. That way it gets access to these bottom hoppers, which are pushing in items, as well as this hopper right above it, which is also pushing in different items, which is a total of 33 hoppers pushing items into a single entity. So it is very effective, just like using chest minecarts in order to kind of grab a whole bunch of stuff and put it all into one, or use a bunch of hoppers to pull items all out to kind of split it up so you can have multiple hoppers processing it. We've got the weighted pressure plates, which can usually detect individual entities. So one boat is one entity, and it doesn't matter how many items we put inside that, it doesn't actually change the output of this. Now, because the entity and player are separate, if you go ahead and hop into this, actually increase the signal to 2 because there's me and the boat. Now, detector rails are able to detect if there's a minecart on top of the rail, and we also got comparators, which can actually tell exactly how many items are inside of it and put off at different types of pulse. But let's go ahead and try that with the boats. I'll throw some items in there, and it doesn't seem like it reads it, and neither does just a normal detector rail. So with a normal boat, you're able to put it inside of a dispenser and power that dispenser to kind of summon it right in front of it. So can this same thing be done with the new boats with chests? Let's go ahead and give it a try, and awesome, look at that, some more automation. Another reason why they should make it so that when you break the boats, they stay as one. So you could potentially use the boat to store stuff and then actually transport it on a ice stream by having water spaced out like this and move it along. It does look kind of weird in the Bedrock version, but it does seem like it actually works. This could be alternative to using shulkers to transport items. So in Java Edition, boats work a little bit differently in Bedrock. So let's go ahead and put one down here and see how it gets moved along. For the most part, it stays in the bottom of the water. Different than Bedrock, so I don't think it'd be worth it using them in a storage system. Even on blue ice, it moves slowly. If you break the boat chest, it's going to drop not only the boat as well as the chest, but also the items inside of it. So if we run one of these boats into a cactus, it looks like it drops it as a full item as well as items inside the chest. So it doesn't matter which tool you use to break the boats, or if you put them in your crafting grid, you can't break them back down into a chest plus boat. So when the boat did break, it just drops the sticks as well as wood. And if it's a different type of boat, it will drop the other types of wood, but it doesn't drop the chest. So if there's items inside of the boat, like this one, and it breaks, it actually loses the item. So that's probably a bug. So if you put stuff inside the chest boat that has netherite, and if you go ahead and everything else burns, the items are actually still kept. So with some items inside, and if we blow it up with TNT, it looks like it does drop Anvil versus boat, and it looks like Anvil wins. Now we got two boats, and yeah, boats prevent the anvil from snapping to the ground, therefore it breaks off. So in Bedrock, you're actually able to place boats at the bottom of the water, but in Java, you can't actually do this. But if you use like a fishing rod or bubble columns, you can pull it down to the bottom, but it doesn't like break up or anything. It's just like a boat that gets stuck in the bottom. These are boats that player can't actually click into. Now, even though you can't ride these boats, you can actually shift and still access the chest. So using a command, we got a boat to ride a minecart. Let's go ahead and hop into the boat and see if we can actually move it at all. It doesn't seem like we can do anything in Bedrock Edition. Now, one thing we do have in Java is the ability to pick up boats with minecarts. So this minecart will move and pick up the boat. Now we can go ahead and hop into this boat, and we got not only the player riding the minecart, but we also got some extra storage along with us. So you can make an extremely cursed stacked entity. This is a player with two parrots riding on him, and we got a boat with a pig in it, and this is a boat chest. And then we'll go ahead and pick up that with a minecart. And then we can go ahead and ride the pig with our two parrots riding us. Look at this insaneness. So some containers you can put into anvils, and you can actually rename them. And then when you place them down and open them up, the name is actually there. Let's see if this applies to this new boat chest. So it got a new name. I'll place it down, look inside. Nope, it looks like it keeps its old name. Same thing also applies if you rename the chest when crafting it. Now there is some funniness to do with the crafting grid. If you have a NBT chest, it says you can craft it. If you click it, it just puts in one of the boats. It doesn't actually put the chest in. We go ahead and put the chest in, and we make a boat and we place it. It doesn't actually contain anything that we had inside that NBT chest. So using trap chests doesn't work for the crafting. You have to use a normal one, just like it is for the minecarts. Doom over here is making a cursed boat that looks like it's a double chest boat. Those are actually armor stands. They're holding it up. Doom also got to work with the large armor stands. They got double chest looking in there. Very cursed looking. So this one here is the real boat chest, and then this one here is just a real chest with a boat. Now Doom made a sideways chest inside of a boat. Now, since you could get Swift Sneak on boots in the prior snapshots, the question is it possible to combine and have both it on your pants as well as on your boots to get faster sneaking while crouching? It doesn't actually improve it. It appears that just having the Swift Sneak on your boots actually doesn't do anything anymore. It was also asked, does the Swift Sneak work while you are in 1x1 holes? It definitely seems to make a difference. If I put this on, you can see it can move much faster than if I don't have it on. Now, despite having the ancient cities in the experimental first snapshot, we don't have it here in this one, which means it's not possible to get the Swift Sneak enchantments yet in survival. Now, they also changed the warden, so he no longer sinks in the water. He actually moves and swims throughout it very well. Dude, the warden just zip up the water. They're like dolphins. Zoop. They also made wardens immune to lava, and they also float in lava, so they will move up it very quickly. So you could use this that the warden's always floating. He can't actually get to you if you're deep underwater lava. It looks like the wardens are now able to drown underneath the water. So it seems in this latest snapshot, you're not able to get shrinkers to come out of catalyst, but you can still get the sculk sensors though. It was asked if coral can be sustained by having the waterlog roots, and it looks like it does work. And putting concrete beside it doesn't actually convert it over, which does make it similar to other waterlog blocks that have a solid side. Now, frogs are small enough to go underneath of a slab, and they're also so small they can fit in between 4 of these walls. Now they can actually damage your own Allay. What if we throw a potion of damage? Since it is coming from the player, it doesn't work because the Allay notices that the potion is thrown from you and therefore it won't take damage. So it has to be natural damage, something like a lava bucket or something. We want to get rid of this guy. So my own Allays, and I'll just throw down some lava, and they all start taking damage and dying. Now you can always come in and remove their items first before then killing them if they're in your way, but you really don't want to kill them if they're your helpers. Well, let's see what happens if you have a bunch of these guys and you're trying to dig a hole. Do they just get in your way? Yeah, so I think it gets to a point where you can't actually do too much until they move out of the way. So if you had enough of these guys, they could almost make it impossible for you to actually mine anything or place any blocks. But they couldn't really be used like in my possible prison to escape, because these guys only don't take damage from the owner. If these were someone else's and you place a bunch of them inside, and instead of having the armor stance, then you would be able to kill those guys. So we give the Allay one type of tipped arrow, and let's go ahead and drop out this type and see if it recognizes it. Looks like it can tell the difference between types of tipped arrows. Now check out this playlist all about rare items and blocks you can obtain in your survival world, or this one about weird glitches I found through the 12 years of playing this game. I love reading your guys' comments. Remember, you can chat with me in my Discord or on my Twitch streams, which are every Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!